right, is there any other conversation to have on the spending plan for TIF?
Oh, just to wrap up the conversation, again, nothing to approve right now at this point. Take a look at it. Email me with your suggestions, if you have any, and we'll approve it next month. Also, next month, what we will do is an appropriation hearing, appropriating all the TIF funds we have, so they're available. Doesn't mean we have to spend them, but we'll appropriate all of them. And we'll have that hearing next month as well. And we'll probably go ahead and have the presentation to taxing units as well. So those are 3 things to be added to the RDC agenda for next month.
Okay. We move on to line item E. Can we move on to line item E?
Yeah.
Actually, C.
What?
See?
Line item C.
Charlie, I could stop
Resolution 25-003?
No. We're on 4 as in 4C, Charlie, memorandum of understanding for the development and
Yeah, that's where I was
operation.
going. It's line item E on our computers.
I've got it, see, I don't know.
Yeah. Memorandum of understanding for the development and operation of the Trafalgar Community Center and Amphitheater,
Oh.
the draft.
Right. Yeah, you're on the right spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My fault. So another draft, something that we need to think about
Drafts
as
are
well.
down here.
I understand.
So
Drafts are way down here.
how do you want the community center to run in the future? Where do you want revenues derived from the community center to go? What unit of government needs to be responsible for the expenses and the operations of the community center? Recall that the RDC owns the property. The town council has generally improved the property with its funds. Some of it has been, I think, TIF funds, but I think a lot of it's just been straight work by internal employees, of which the RDC has none for that. So also recall or remember that the RDC in most towns is made up of members not on the town council. Whiteland, for example, has nobody on the town council who sits on the RDC. In the future, that could happen here. If we get enough interested residents and those wanting to help spur economic development, we might consider a mixed bag of town council members and RDC members. The point being, you guys are different and separate units of government, RDC and town council. Therefore, you guys should enter into some sort of agreement as to which unit of government, as I said, is to be responsible for the daily operations of the community center.
I'll be right back, sorry.
So, the draft, take a look at the draft, think about it, think about revenues, where you want revenues to flow, think about expenses, where you want expenses to be paid from, think about liability.
Question, is that something in the park board? Like, I know with the other towns, sometimes their community building falls under the park board. Our park, we have a good park board now. I mean, we have members. I'm sure if we gave them actual agenda items and things to manage, they might. But what all would a park board consist of when it comes to, like, would they actually be responsible for paying the bills of electricity, or is that stuff Donna would still manage, but then they would be, you know what I mean? Like, how does that typically work?
So can we talk about what currently goes on at the community center as far as payment of expenses, utilities, insurance? RDC maintains insurance covering the property, right? How are utilities paid?
That's all coming through the clerk treasurer's office that are paid out.
Utilities, the REMC, I believe it's REMC over there. Yeah, REMC. I do get that invoice, but that cannot be paid out of TIF funds, so that I'm paying that out of general funds. So as invoices come in, depending on what the invoice is, mowing I can pay from TIF funds, so depending on the type of service or whatever,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, Donna's been
I'm
managing
paying it
what
out
needs
of
to go
the
where.
appropriate fund.
And Donna makes a good point, because she's saying paying out of TIF funds, well, TIF funds are the only funds that the RDC brings in. If, however,
The council managed it.
the council or the RDC manages it, brings in revenues from building rental, ticket sales, whatever it might be,
Uh-huh.
food and beverage sales sometime in the future, that could that could be paid through RDC outside of TIF, because we would have additional revenue.
It hopefully will generate its own revenue.
Right, which I know that's the goal and typically how it works, but most of the time it's run under a park board, so if our park board was to manage something like this and revenue came back in for the park board, we could put it towards our parks and stuff like that, right?
Good. You're then under the assumption that you would have an active park board for the foreseeable future.
Which we don't know if that happened.
Right. And the park board, yeah, okay. So,
I know Art is wanting to be more involved, and he would love to be a part of that conversation, so.
he could join the RDC eventually.
Yeah.
I think it's wise to keep it within the RDC of the town, and then the park board stays the park board for grant purposes and also for park. It's nice having the park separate as well, so they're not confusing the community building revenue generating system versus the park. That can hold its own things or do its own volunteer days or whatever that may be.
So what would your suggestion be? It goes to the town council to manage for now? Because the town council could change it later then, right? Like if we did have a well-established park board and we could then move it.
I think it's more of a parks department.
I suppose I don't really have a recommendation.
Okay.
There's still a couple stones that need to be overturned. Particularly with respect to alcohol sales, which can be a good revenue generator, and whether or not that should fall under the town council or the RDC. And we have to chat a bit more with our insurance people, and get their recommendation.
But in the meantime, without alcohol, you're looking at building rentals, you're looking at, we've partnered up with Edinburgh to help us out with what they're doing down there. They will hire a yoga instructor for $50, and they'll charge each person $20 per head for the class to the town. So the town employs the instructor, and then the town charges the access to the class. So that's also a revenue stream as well. Festivals, alcohol sales are huge if
Yeah,
that day
and
comes.
some of this will come well into the future.
One day.
After.
Yeah.
After we hopefully have an amphitheater built and we get a good following for concerts, et cetera. But, this just needs to be put out there, at the forefront. It's something that we'll have to deal with. Doesn't have to be tonight, doesn't even have to be next month.
But in the meantime, work with what we have with our efficient system, right? We have RDC and town council keep it there, and then it's just falling on Judy and I to manage the access, the rentals, payments.
So, think about it. Emails are cool. Thanks, Brian.
Yep, thanks, Brian. All right. Line item number 5, attorney schedule meeting for November.
Are you guys okay having a meeting?
Yeah, right for the council meeting, is fine with me.
Do I meet for 30 minutes again or 15 minutes?
All of these resolutions will be on that next agenda.
The spending plan will, perhaps the MOU will, there will be a presentation, yeah, we should probably have 30.
Yeah, 30.
It's gonna be the 16th of November.
It will be
Hold on, we're checking.
20th.
20th?
20.
November 20th at 5:30
5:30.
p.m. Town Hall. Okay, that's all I need.
Okay. Line item number 6, additional reports from the public, limited to an accumulative time of 20 minutes. Anybody? Moving on. I make a motion that we adjourn the RDC meeting for October 16th, 2025.
Seconded.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion